Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Em and welcome to my fall book haul. This is gonna be a fairly small haul this time around. I'm on a book buying ban and I've been on one since November. It's gonna go through the end of the year. So the only books I'm allowed to take home in these 2 months are my Aardvark book club picks because I'm a rep for Aardvark book club. So those are my only books that I've brought home, and it means this is a fairly reasonable haul size, which I'm really happy about, even though being on a book buying ban is a struggle sometimes because, you really got to work on that impulse control, which is not my strong suit, but I'm doing good. Doing good, guys. So we're just going to dive in to talk about this little stack of books, and it'll be short and sweet. And then the next video, but once I finish this haul, then I can film an on-haul video, which I'm actually really excited to go through and get rid of some things and clear up some shelf space, but that's later. That's later. For now, we're going to talk about all the new books that I have brought home since mid-ish September. Even though I know it's technically like we have a couple more weeks of fall. It's not technically winter yet, but just go with it, okay? Because it's starting to feel like winter. Since I mentioned being a rep for Aardvark Book Club, let's start with those books. And just for continuity's sake, I'll tell you what books I have picked for December, even though I don't have them in my grubby little hands yet. So I guess I'll just start with the book that's on top. I have Girl Dinner by Olivia Blake. I read my first Olivia Blake, I think in October. I read One for My Enemy and I was absolutely obsessed with it. And then I DNF'd Masters of Death in November, but I read most of it. I stopped with like 72 pages left. Anyways, so I am still in my like Olivia Blake obsession. I love her writing. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like Girl Dinner, but I am here to try it out because I really do love her writing. Like, even though I've DNF'd one of her books, it was not because of the writing. And I think this one takes place on a university campus. One of our main characters is a student in some sort of sorority, I think, and then the other one is a professor who has just recently had her first child, and maybe there's vampires involved. Who's to say? But I'm looking forward to it. And then I got a Christina Henry book, The Place Where They Buried Your Heart. I said this in a vlog in October, I think, when I hauled this, but I'm unintentionally collecting Christina Henry books and then not reading them, so I definitely need to work on that. But this is her newest. It's a haunted house book, and I really hope I like her writing since I'm continuing to take these books home and not read them. And then one I have recently read is Kill the Beast by Sarah Swift. This is a debut standalone fantasy, and it has a really lovely like platonic friendship in it. I had a great time reading it, and it's pitched as The Witcher meets Howl's Moving Castle, and I think those vibes are pretty accurate. And then the last two I haven't read either yet, but I have KJ Charles' newest books called All of Us Murderers. KJ Charles is a historical romance author. Her books are usually queer in some way, shape, or form. There's usually some sort of murder mystery element. Her books do tend to get pretty steamy, and I have enjoyed her books a lot in the past, so I'm excited to read this one. I'm hoping it lives up to Slippery Creatures, which is like my favorite KJ Charles series. So my expectations are high. I'm hoping I love this. And then the last one in, oh, well, I'm going to do the two I got this month, so never mind. But the next of the Aardvark books is One Bad Night and Other Stories. This is a collection of horror short stories that is original to Aardvark Book Club, and it's a collection of authors that they have featured in their boxes before. So we have Kay Chronister, Del Sandine, Kylie Lee Baker, Rachel Harrison, CJ Lead, Jennifer Thorne, S.A. Barnes, and Stephen Graham Jones. I'm not a short story person, but I'm really hoping this book makes me a short story person. And then the two I picked for this month is, I think it's called Who Wants to Rule the World? Right? It's this one. It's time travel. Love story. I really struggled to pick my Aardvark books this month. I wasn't really excited about any of them because December is a really weird month for publishing. So here's hoping I like this. I don't always love time travel. I don't always love earnestly romantic books. So I'm really taking a gamble on this one. And then I picked a backlist book. I mean, it's not backlist, it's a new release, but it's one that was featured in a previous month. It wasn't one of this month's selections, but it's this Philip, I forget his last name, I forget the title. I'm really useless right now. It's this one. And this is a slasher that takes place in a retirement home. And I've heard pretty good things so far. And I love a slasher, so I'm hoping I like it. I feel like it's like Thursday Murder Club, but a slasher. And I've liked the Thursday Murder Club so far. All right, and then we're just gonna work backwards, I think, because that's just the stack I have. So we're gonna have some spooky books because of October. I have two nonfictions. I have Trick or Treat, A History of Halloween by Lisa Morton, which is exactly what it is. I'm actually very slowly reading it. I'm 36 pages in. It's a lot of history and a lot of facts. It's kind of a slow read, but it's very interesting. I'm learning a lot when I pick it up. And then one I've already read is Why I Love Horror, Essays on Horror Literature. And these are just essays from various horror authors about why they read horror, why they write horror. I think overall this is like a 4-star book. There were some essays I really loved, some that were kind of meh, one I did not like at all. So it definitely has confirmed my desire to read certain authors and my desire to not read from certain authors. But there's authors in here like Haley Piper, Tanana Reeve-Dew, Jennifer McMahon, Josh Mallerman, Paul Tremblay, Grady Hendrix, and of course Stephen Graham Jones. And I really enjoyed it overall. I also got Tastes Like Candy by Jessica Lacey. This is a slasher. And this was okay. My enjoyment of this definitely waned as I read. I was super into it at the beginning, and then like the farther we went along, just like the more I found to nitpick. I think I would have liked it more if it was just like a little bit shorter. But overall, I enjoyed myself. I had a good time. I might read the sequel. I might not. I'm kind of on the fence. I talked about this like in my November wrap up, which I filmed yesterday, so it's really fresh in my brain. I don't know what else I have to say about this, but it's one I bought. I love the cover. Honestly, cover is a great choice. And then I have an arc for Isabel Ibanez's next book, Graceless Heart, which I actually don't know anything about. I think it might be like not medieval, maybe medieval, but it's set in Florence. And I think it's going to be kind of a fantasy romance, like, what's it called? What the River Knows. I really loved that duology. I liked What the River Knows, but I loved What the Library Hides. I had such a good time with that one, and I'm excited to read more from her. And I think this cover is stunning. And then I also have The Last Resort by Erin Entrada Kelly, which I've also already read. This is a middle grade haunted house ghost spooky story. I really liked it. Great, not too scary, just the right amount of spook. Great main character, really fun friend group, like all the kind of things that I look for in a good middle grade. And then Saga Press sent me a finished copy of their next double feature. So this is Apprehension by Mary Robinette Cole, which I haven't read yet, but I'm planning to shortly. And then Red Star Hustle by Sam J. Miller. And these are both science fiction novellas. This one had like a murder mystery component to it, and Apprehension might as well. I'm actually not sure what Apprehension is about since I haven't read it yet, but I hope to find out soon. And then it's criminal that I have not finished this trilogy yet, but I bought the final book in the Magic of the Lost series of The Sovereign by C.L. Clarke. I read, what's it called? The Unbroken, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Absolutely loved it. Obsessed. 5-star. And have bought both of the next books, The Faithless and then this one, on release day, and I've yet to finish the series. I actually really need to reread The Unbroken, and I just haven't done it yet. I don't know why. I think I'm afraid I'm not going to love it as much the second time around, and I'm a little afraid for the emotional damage that's going to come from finishing this series, but I need to get on it because I love these main characters so much, and I love C.L. Clarke's writing, and I need to find a way to dropkick myself back into this world. And then Tor sent me a finished copy of The Works of Vermin by Hiron Enez. And this is their next horror book. I know it's buggy. I read Leech last winter, or I guess it was, yeah, last winter. And I didn't love it the way I thought I was going to, so I'm not quite sure if this author's writing style is for me, but I'm interested in giving them another try before I decide one way or the other. And then for a hot second over the summer, I had a Broken Binding subscription, and I really just had it because they were going to be doing the, oh, I just forgot what the series is called. Whatever the Black Sun series is called by Rebecca Roan Horse, and I had the Black Sun in my summer book haul, and so I got the Fevered Star, or I guess it's just Fevered Star, from the Broken Binding at the end of September, early October, and then Mirrored Heavens came as well. And then I promptly canceled my Broken Binding subscription because that was expensive, and I really just wanted this series because it's one of my favorites. Even though I have yet to read Mirrored Heavens, I need to reread Fevered Star, and I just haven't found the time to do that quite yet. But this is a fantastic series, and it's set in like a pre-Columbus America, and it's really good. Highly recommend. And then I have 3 arcs that I actually haven't read yet. I have Emily Austen's next book, Is This a Cry for Help?, which is about libraries, I think. I read Every But One in This Room Will Someday Be Dead earlier this year, and I don't know. Still unsure how I feel about it. I love the writing. I hated how it made me feel, but it made me feel the way it was supposed to make me feel, so like she did her job. But I've heard really good things about this so far from early reviews, and I'm excited to read it because I found Everyone in This Room Will Someday Be Dead so compulsively readable, so I'm looking forward to this. And then I also have an arc for Akwaeke Emezi's first romantasy. This is Son of the Morning, and that's all I know. All I needed to know is that it was Akwaeke Emezi. I love reading their work. I love how they write in a different genre almost every time, and they're always trying something new, and I have loved so many books by them in the past, and I'm looking forward to this one whenever I get to it. And then I'm low-key kind of tired about talking about this book, but I haven't read it yet, so it's still here. But it's House of Quiet by Kiersten White. This is her newest YA. I really love Kiersten White, which I feel like is an unpopular opinion, but there we are. This is a haunted house story. I think there's also competition and sisters, all things I like, and I'm sure I will enjoy it. I really dig Kiersten White's writing. It really works for me. And then the last book in this haul, I told you this is going to be short and sweet little time, is Calabasas by R.F. Kuang. And I've already read this. I loved it. I gave it 4.5 stars. I don't think it was a full 5, but it was 4.5. This is about 2 postdoc students who accidentally killed their professor but need him for recommendation purposes, and so they journey into hell to get him back so that they can finish their graduate, is that what it is? Their graduate studies, their masters? I don't know. They need him, okay? That's all that matters, is they need him back for academic reasons, and so they go into Dante's 9 Circles of Hell to get him back. I really love this. Not my stack of books. Really love this. I love R.F. Kuang's writing. I really love the main character. This was surprisingly funny in a way I wasn't expecting. I was expecting it to be more similar to Babel, where not that the writing was hard to get through in Babel, but it was a little bit more, I don't know, cumbersome, kind of. And I was kind of expecting that writing in this, but this was so easy to consume, and just it was fun. It was just fun. So that is my little haul. Oh my gosh, that was so fast. I love that. Usually I get really worn out talking about all the books, but that was so short and sweet. So anyways, thank you for being here while I talked about books, and if you want to let me know what you think of any of these, especially the ones I haven't read, let me know what your thoughts are. If you liked them, if you hated them. Well, do I want to know if you hated it? Maybe don't tell me if you hated it, so that, you know, I stand a chance of liking it. But let me know your thoughts. Let me know anything you have hauled recently, or if there's anything that you're planning on asking for the holidays. That is definitely going to be my loophole for my book buying ban. And otherwise, like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Bye!